So I wanted to take a minute and talk a little bit about business, YouTube, this site, and the changes that have come to the YouTube Partner Program. So for those of you that maybe just watch YouTube, you may have seen an ad or two, unless you got our YouTube Red like myself, and we don't see ads anymore. But the important part about this is one of the incentives they have for creating all this content putting on YouTube is the revenue sharing that occurs with the audience. So you watch an ad, YouTube gets some money from the ad to support the site and the system, and then we get a little cut of that too as the creator who's creating the content. That's been the general relationship as it goes, and this is why content demonetization and everything else can be a real pain in the butt, because a lot of people make their entire living as a content creator. Now, that doesn't directly apply to me. I enjoy that I make a few dollars off these videos, but the reality is this affects tech YouTubers kind of a lot, especially the small ones like myself, because we put a lot of effort into our content, and some of the people may be discouraged by how much more difficult, because it's a lot of hours they want you to have of watch time to get this. Now, the good news is I'm not going anywhere. And even dealing with all the monetization problems and things like that, it's so honestly, I like that I get money from YouTube. I appreciate the money I get from YouTube. YouTube won't pay my bills. Running this company, buying this computer, keeping these cameras, no, the YouTube is, I'm far from it. And with tech channels, it's very difficult because we're not doing something that fits the mass audience. I know a lot of people are searching for PF Sense and FreeNAS videos, and that's how they find me. But a lot of people, compared to the size and scope of YouTube, it's really not a lot of people. So I know my channel is not going to be one of those top trending things. I'd be fascinated if YouTube put a firewall video as a trending video. That would be really interesting, but extremely unlikely based on a general audience. You see the things that appeal to greater public more. We do some, phone videos, and I've done one. I don't know. There's a lot of people who do really good job on phone videos, and I love, those are great, and that is a mass audience thing. So I know there's a little bit of interest in reviewing phones, but I don't know. That's not really my tech focus at the moment. I'm focused on creating a lot of the other videos that I'm known for, which would be FreeNAS, Linux, firewall, open source stuff. So, that being said, starting today, they're changing the eligibility requirement for monetization to 4,000 hours of watch time in the past 12 months and 1,000 subscribers. Now, this is because there's been a horrible amount of abuses, but this only addresses the minor issues. And thank you for everyone who's been helping me with a problem I did have early on, but things like this have fixed it. People just plagiarizing my YouTube by copying my most popular videos and simply re-uploading them because that would get them views and revenue, because they would just title them exactly the same as mine, and then you would think it's a different video because they changed the thumbnail and it'd just be my video. Matter of fact, they had some with me in it. The people who are doing this are shameless. They will copy a lot of other people's channels, even if it's them in the video. They don't make any effort to hide it, and for the most part, people don't think about it, and I don't think they necessarily should. I mean, thank you for those who do consider it and send it over to me. A lot of people go, I'm looking for a thing, I found the thing, I just watched a video. They don't pay attention like who it's coming from. So this solves a lot of that. The changes they've made have solved a lot of that. This doesn't solve Logan Paul problems, where mass amounts of idiocy just get really popular for a mass audience, and then YouTube promotes it and puts them in the trending thing. Now, the reason YouTube does this is because the ad revenue from the video, they get some too. And they know people will watch the guy. Even people who don't like the guy will watch it so they can be appalled by him. So it's like this big conglomeration of I don't want to watch him, but I'm watching him because I want to know what he's going to do, but I can't stand what he's doing. And then there's the people who go, yeah, that's cool to go behave that way. So those type of YouTube problems, I'm not sure how they're going to resolve. This doesn't address them. I'm worried a little bit that maybe this would discourage people, but I want to make sure people understand that YouTube shouldn't be your single revenue source. It isn't mine. There's Patreon. There's the fact that I own a business and make money and then have a passion for doing this is why I do it. So that overall, this shouldn't be. I mean, the reality is when you only have that many subscribers, or even I right now, and I'm close to 15,000 subscribers. Let me jump over to my analytics here. 15,000 subscribers and 1 million watch time of minutes, 198,000 views just in the last 28 days. That's all cool, but this doesn't make much money. It's not like there's some huge amount of money just flying my way because of this. That's why you have companies and you see people in other tech channels. We're going to talk about a lot of the computer building channels. They find sponsors. That's really the way you're going to make a lot more revenue. YouTube revenue, cool, but doesn't really pay for the time and effort you put into it. If it was just based on that, and if you're trying to build your YouTube just based on that, you're going to be in trouble. That's not going to do well for you. It's just great. Like I said, I'm very happy that I make money off of this, but it's not as much as you might think. So people who think that you're living the YouTube life, it's not because of the money that you're getting from here. Matter of fact, if you spent any 2 seconds watching, it really only takes 2 seconds of watching Logan Paul, and he'll tell you got to buy that merch, because that's his monetization, is selling all of his merchandise that he makes margin on. He gets a fat check from YouTube for all the views because he's big, but it's all the other things around there. So if you're building a strategy that you want to make videos to get rich, I don't think that's a great idea. Hopefully you're doing it because you have passion for the creativity. But if that's your goal, is to make money on YouTube, you got to look at all the revenue sources, because this is where the money comes from. Is not just from YouTube, it's from all the other pieces. So even if you don't have a monetized channel, but you get enough views. Now, the other problem is a lot of people are trying to do sub for sub, which means, oh, you subscribe to my channel, I'll subscribe to yours, and watch my video, and I'll watch yours. I find that my videos do well because I put a lot of effort into the content. I'm not bragging. I'm saying I got the best content out there. But I know my other ones did bad because they were bad. And you have to sometimes look, and it's hard because there's a lot of luck in the algorithm too. That's just a mystery. And you might get a shout out from someone, which is really cool. But I've got companies like Unify have retweeted my videos. FreeNAS has retweeted my videos. The guys at PF Sense retweeted my videos. We've interacted with like the Citrix Zen people. Those type of things are wonderful, but it didn't they didn't do it just because. They did it because they go, okay, that person put some effort into the content, the tutorial's accurate, it's good, and then we shall share it because it's about our product and it's in depth, it's good content. If you're someone who's just going, like it does a thing and you kind of click here and you're doing a really bad one, or people who have a lot of these bad videos, I've seen some of them, and I mean, this is what, hey, I'm bad when I started too, but if you're asking why you don't have a lot of views, really look at your content, and if there's someone else creating similar content that's doing really well, compare it. See what the differences are. Learn from that. I've watched so many YouTubers and realized so many things I was doing wrong. There's a ton. This is one of my favorite things. The best place to learn about how to be a YouTuber, go be a YouTuber. Go on YouTube, and there's so many people willing to share so much. Casey Neistat, he's just a amazing guy. What he puts together, he's got a great cinematography thing, and I learned a lot. And it's so much that he focuses on content, and he really tells you to focus on content. And if you really look back at him, it's interesting, his growth. Part of Casey's thing is he really doesn't say a lot. If you added up the sum of words, a little bit of inspirational message, a whole lot of cinematography, 10-minute video, next thing you know, he's got 1 million subscribers. He did this every day. He did great cinematography. He shared little pieces of his life. You're like, hey, cool. And a lot of people try to emulate him. You don't want to, you got to have your own style. You got to come up with your own thing. I don't do vlogs like Casey does, but those type of people make you think. So this whole change to the YouTube thing, I get worried that people get discouraged, but don't. If you should be discouraged already if you think the only piece of the pie is starting off with YouTube and only make money directly from YouTube. That's not going to do it for you. You have to look at the big picture, look at other monetizations if your goal is to make a lot of money from this. We are looking at other ways to make money on it. But, I didn't start this just as a cash grab or my life. I'm lucky that my passions align with ways to make money. That makes it easy. I've done really well in the IT business, and the tech career I've had is has gone well, is still going well, and sharing with you guys, people who want to watch this channel and learn about firewalls and things like that. Love it. That's exciting to me, being able to share all this with you, and YouTube being a platform to do it. Because everyone's like, I can't wait to leave this platform. Well, any platform is going to have some of the same problems. I mean, I would like to see competitors in the market, because if two companies compete in a market space like this and they kind of go head to head with each other, there's general improvements when there's competition, because they want to keep the audience attention on each side. But it's not like I'm going to dismiss YouTube. They're in a learning process. They're moving forward, and hopefully they get more transparent about how they're doing it. But they are doing it. It is happening. We're all watching this in real time, because this entire thing didn't exist just not that many years ago. So this is all some giant social human experiment, all lived out in real time. It's not like they're following a game plan because we had this. I mean, you can make analogies to things being similar, but there's really never been a time when you have this unmediated vision of the creators directly to you. Like, I create things, I put them on there, I self-publish, so to speak, on YouTube, and boom, YouTube is just facilitating you being able to get to my content. That's amazing. Before, if you wanted to do anything, there's people who just come up with their TV series and things like that, and they had to do pitches to Hollywood, and the TV executives and the a guarded small group of people were essentially the decision makers for the greater audience. And it's really crazy how that's turned, and someone can just come up with even a small channel, have interactions, and we have some wonderful YouTubers out there that are creating amazing content. And they're just doing it direct. They share parts of their life. They share the passions they have that have a common interest with you. And other than, making a few dollars on the ads, it's kind of an easy connection. I don't think there's not been a system like this before. So we are in very uncharted territories. So I'm not trying to give YouTube a break. They can always be better. But take that for what it's worth. But these are the changes for monetization. I'll leave a link to below. This is right on the YouTube Creators Google blog. So you can read this for yourself, because it's got a few other things on there. So it's not, So it's not like that big of a deal, but I want to make sure I'm linked to this. Too many people have linked to all these other articles and taken something out of context. Read this context, and then you can read the opinions of articles, or me. Read this and then watch this video, because it'll be in the thing below. All right, thanks.